My friends, boy do we have a lot to talk about today. What you just saw was the first ever look at Advanced Warfare's multiplayer. Welcome back to another Advanced Warfare video here, ladies and gentlemen. Today, man oh man, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I think I'm gonna exclude the single player stuff because we've got time to talk about that later and details on multiplayer. So that's what you're all here for, right? The tease of multiplayer. We've got a bunch to go over in just a short 3 scenes, but in that short period of time, we did in fact get a ton of information. So why not? Let's get right into it. First, we get to see a player being chased. This is our first look at our boosting in multiplayer. While everyone is talking about this being a one-step motion and something that is completely fluid, I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I don't think it's just like a double tap A to do that whole maneuver. I feel like you have the ability to boost in short bursts and control your momentum in different directions. That idea hit me first when I really looked at how effective one permanent track loop would be when trying to get away from somebody. We'll see what I mean in the next frame here by bursts and the ability to control manually, but this is something that will definitely be prominent in game. It adds a whole new level of awareness to it. The next scene that we have doesn't showcase the verticality in the boosting, but rather the sidestep dodging. This is just short little controlled bursts of air from your jetpack, and now that adds to what I previously said where you can potentially do short quick bursts, and depending on the position of your left thumbstick, you can change your directions of your momentum, similar to the standard motion controls left, right, forward, and backwards. So I don't mean to talk just about jumping, but it's definitely something they're going to be trying to showing off for us, but this will definitely be the next big thing in the game. I can guarantee it. It will be the next generation of jump shotting or drop shotting, and players who can master this will be at an unreal advantage. Sledgehammer said this game will be catered to the skill set of players, and thinking about this in game, I can totally see that reasoning. It's going to be a skill set that not many people will be able to master, and those who do will definitely thrive. So what else do we have in this scene? Well, we have exosuit camos. That's what, as I guessed a while back with the whole pre-order bonus of the Bullet Brass exosuit and the Conjure USA national team picture for the World Cup, as well as the recently added Atlas exosuit and helmet, we've seen multiple camos now for the exosuits. This red and white camo, for the time being, is unspecified. At first, I thought it was the Atlas camo, and it almost is the negative of it since the Atlas is primarily white, not red. But we don't know just how these will be unlocked just yet, or any of the exosuit camos for that matter. It's just something time will tell, but it's a whole new dynamic to customization in the game because we know for a fact that we'll be having them on primaries, exosuits, and even potentially secondaries if things go well. Now, our final scene is definitely the most informative. It's a first-person view, so this is exactly what we'll be seeing. It's the 100% version of what we'll see on the game when we load it up on our Xbox Ones, 360s, PS4s, PS3s, or PCs. Let's start off by analyzing this on a broad scale. We've got the Golden Gate Bridge in the backdrop, as well as the San Francisco Bay. So we've got missions leading into multiplayer maps, as this is a direct location of the mission collapse from the campaign. So if you play campaign, you're most likely going to be seeing maps being pulled from there again, as they always have been, as well as exo abilities are showcased with the verticality because that giant rock in the middle of the map, yeah, that thing right there would be impossible to get to in other Call of Duty titles, but for Advanced Warfare, that's not a problem. Just boost up to it and you have a whole new vantage point. But next up that's drastically different is our HUD. Let's start off with the left side of that. Our minimap is first up. A lot of people were wondering if it was going to be a 16:9 ratio, and it's not. We're reverting back to the Black Ops 2 minimap where it's square, small, and compact, and you can see the layering of the map as well. It's nice to see that you can partially differentiate what is high ground and what isn't. Also, something a lot of people missed, even the bigger guys, there isn't 8 people on the minimap like I've seen suggested. There's an arrow underneath another one for a total of 9 players on the minimap. Welcome back to Ground War, my friends. That is returning into the multiplayer of Advanced Warfare. Whether or not it will make it over into the 360 and PS3 ports of the game, I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be there in-game for next gen for sure. Another thing that is interesting is that when you shoot, your arrow on the minimap seems to light up with a red outline, and I figured maybe it would be something that happens just when you're shooting, but when advancing the clip on, it stays red until the scene ends. Now, I get that it's all in a span of 3 to 5 seconds, but I'm a little intrigued at what this could mean. Moving along, our kill feed is back in the lower left corner of the screen. That's something a lot of people disliked about Ghost, was that it moved up to the top right. Personally, I didn't mind it. I had no problem with my face cam being in the middle of the screen if I wanted to do live videos or stream or something like that, but I can see where it would get annoying. Next up, TDM is making a return. Absolutely no surprise there. There hasn't been a Call of Duty title without that mode to date, and I'm doubtful that there ever will be one without a TDM. Let's advance the clip a little bit here. You'll get to see where we have our hit marker designs. 2 dashes all around make up the hit marker boxes. A little nifty design twist on our current 1 dash cubes. On the right side, we have a few things, one of which being the return to score streaks, something that I personally love. You can actually play the objective and get rewarded for it, something some titles have neglected, but I'm looking forward to as well. You can see some of the streaks listed. Now, there is only 2 listed. Whether or not the player only has 2 selected, or it's a new system of only having 2, that's all for time to tell as well. But it has 2 streaks selected, one at a score of 600 and another one at 700. The first looks like a UAV or an aircraft of similar build, perhaps since it's such a high number that it will be something like a Warthog. And then the streak at 700 looks quite like the dual propeller carrier craft that we've seen all throughout the past few months here. But moving along from that, we also have the jetpack battery life, it looks like to me. While there are 2 here, I'm assuming one is for vertical and one is for dodging side to side. And it's a nice little way to see this being implemented, because I think this will get rid of the abuse of such abilities and stop that from being something used way too much. I do enjoy the idea of a recharge period as well. It's something that keeps it fair and balanced. Now, one of the last things that we're going to mention here today is something that I have not seen anybody at all talk about, and that is our weapon. The biggest thing in the first person point of view, and nobody I've seen has covered it at all. So what is it? It's a brand new weapon, the SN6, a full auto assault rifle, 32 round mag with 96 extra shots as far as we know. The iron sights remind me of the SMR, but this is a brand new weapon. While there isn't much to say about it, I just can't believe that nobody mentioned a weapon that is totally brand new to us. Now, to close off this multiplayer tease breakdown, we've got the water from the bay coming in as a tidal wave and crashing into the map. So dynamic maps are back, my friends. Ghost made some progress, but I'm not too sure if it was on a grand scale enough like this. Whether or not this will section off parts of the map or kill everyone in the way, that's for time to tell, but is absolutely awesome. So we've got a ton of stuff to look forward to at the full multiplayer reveal on August the 11th, just before Gamescom, so expect some great things. So that's all for me today, guys. We're going to be breaking down some tech and info from the storyline trailer later, but not now, because that's all that we're going to talk about today is the multiplayer. I've turned a 7-second clip already into a 7-minute and 15-second video, so I think that's enough for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? What do you guys think of this brand new sneak peek of multiplayer in Advanced Warfare? If you did like the video, please leave a like down below. Any shares to your Facebook, Twitter, and or MySpace video, would you like that? Always greatly appreciated. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for the best of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare content. Any new news and information, you guys know exactly where to find it right here up on my channel. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. My name has been Nicola Espresso. As always, if you guys are having a great day, I shall see you guys tomorrow. Take care and peace.